All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man, Jay. So today we're going to be talking about the 2024 Corvette E-RAY. Now, I'm technically in the market and considering going ahead and order me an E-RAY once I can actually get a dealer to order me one. So a bit of a backstory. I have a 2023 C8 Corvette Coupe, and it is a 1LT, red and mist metallic, just a few options on it, and I really like it a lot. I ordered it that way. Minus my wheels, I did order the Corvette forged wheels, but they were on restraint when I got to the line I got at the front of the line to go ahead and push mine through. So I had to take them off in order to get my car pushed through. So that's not a problem. You can get wheels anywhere. But the unique thing about my car is that I actually got it in 3 months. I ordered on April 16th and got it on July 20th. And it actually came in on July 17th. But I had to, it goes through PDI and everything. So I picked it up on July 20th. That morning. It was a phenomenal experience. 3 months total. That's all I waited. And I'm just so fortunate and blessed because so many people are still waiting. They've been waiting for 2 years. And I think it's because some dealers have these separate lists, I've heard. If you want MSRP, you're on this list and you got to wait longer. But if you don't want to wait longer, you're on this list, which I can get it to you faster if you're willing to pay me more money. Biggest scam ever, but it's been going on for years. And the Corvette is no exception. It is just the way it is. But nonetheless, at the recording of this video, which is the end of August, you can definitely find Corvettes on the lots now. And you might be able to get some at MSRP, but a lot of people are still reporting they cannot get them at MSRP. And the dealers want something extra for the demand of the vehicle. So I'm blessed and fortunate enough to get mine from a nice reputable dealer. And I got it in 3 months total. This is amazing. And I paid MSRP. I did not pay over a sticker. So my car came to about $68,870, 970 bucks, something like that. 69,000. After taxes, it came to just over 72,000 out the door. Now, at the time I bought my car, the rates, even with a person like me with 800 credit score, it didn't matter because, the vehicle's, the interest rate set by the feds is just horrible. So I was not going to accept a 5% rate on a Corvette. It's just too much money. So I ended up just paying for mine outright. Again, another blessing by the grace of God, I'm able to do that. So that's a huge deal for me. That makes this car very special to me. MSRP, got it in 3 months, no payment on it. So just a huge blessing, I say. Now, I know there are a lot of cash buyers out there that spent way more than I spent. I spent 72 plus out the door, and some people are buying cars, the same car, like 100,000. Just astronomical pricing for the vehicle, but it just goes to show how much people desire that particular vehicle. Now, I've looked at the C8 since the 2020 model. And I just never pulled the trigger for some of the craziest reasons. I just never did it. But fact is, now I got a 2023, and it is the 70th year. It's not a 70th anniversary edition, but it is the 70th year. And what that means basically is that you'll see these cars with 70th on them, and you'll see 1953 to 2023. So that's just what it is. 53 to 23, 70th. I got one. I love it. So I like that I ordered the car, got it spec'd the way I wanted. But before the car came in, let's get to what this video is about. Before the car came in, I had a plan. But normally when you make a plan, it's out the door once reality sets in. And once things actually start to roll, reality sets in and you realize, ooh, that's not really what I really want to do. Or plans change. And so with my vehicle, before it came in, the plan I had originally made was to buy the C8, get the feel for this mid-engine type of vehicle, see if I really want it, and then sell it and get an E-RAY. So, and it wasn't about making money and all these different things, even though I know if I sell this car right now, I definitely could make some money off of it because I paid MSRP. And there are 1LTs still selling above what I paid. So it's so strange with higher miles. But I've got 900 miles on my car, 980 miles or something like that, 960 miles, something like that. But if my plan wasn't to get it and just to flip it, but the plan was to get it and flip it and get an E-Ray. And if I did make more money off of it, that would just help with the cash out of my E-Ray. My E-Ray spec'd out comes to about because it's 102 starting price, and mine came to like 104 or something like that, 105 or something like that. Basically would look exactly the same, color and everything, interior, everything. And just a few add-ons. I think I did like $1,000 in add-ons. I got the performance package, and that's only like $599 for the E-Ray, $595 for the E-Ray, something like that. It was very minimal things that I did to it. The color was one, and then the performance package was another. And I think that I might have spent $1,000, $1,500, or priced it at $1,000 or $1,500 in options. And this car right here has about $1,500 in options, or maybe $2,000 in options, which would be the color, the splitter and spoiler, and then the radiator guards. That's all I had. Now, if my wheels would have been on there, that would have been another $1,000, but nonetheless, it is what it is. So my E-Ray isn't spec'd very high because I'm not really into it for all the comfort things. I guess if people call them creature comforts. I want the vehicle. I want to drive the vehicle. Now, that was my plan initially. Get the C8, drive it for a year or whenever your E-Ray comes in after you've ordered. Doesn't matter how long you've had your C8, sell it to the dealer and pick up your E-Ray and then cash out on the difference there. That was before I got my C8. Here's the thing. Some people buy cars. Well, everybody buys a vehicle for their own particular reason. Like none of us are buying these cars for the same reasons. Some of us have the same similar interests, but none of us are buying these cars for the same reason. I wanted this beautiful car. I wanted to experience a Corvette of my own, and I wanted to experience the mid-engine. I wanted to experience a car like this coming from a 23 convertible Camaro LT1. Powerful car. But going from that to this, it's a transition that is just mind-blowing. It's not even about horsepower, the Z01's faster and the Z06 is faster. It's not about that. It's about the driver's experience. It's either you know or you know. If you don't know, you just don't know. Going from a Camaro to this is an explosion of adrenaline. But it's about the experience as a driver when you get something like this. I like two-door cars. I like sporty cars. So after I get my car, again, I got my car fairly fast, and now I've had it since July 20th, and we're at the end of August. So about a month and a half, roughly. I don't think I can part ways with this car. The E-Ray is my car with an electric motor on the front and the body of a Z06. In a nutshell. Roughly, those are some of the main things I see different. I know there's more. Some of you guys are going to start going really detailed. No, Jay, it's really this. This is what it is. Okay, listen. That E-Ray has that engine ultimately, and it has another electric motor on the front two wheels, and it's got the body of the Z06 and styling and things like that. And it's faster than the Z06. Oof. But I'm not going to the track, man. I'm not going to the track. So it was never a question of that. But having that power on an open road, because sometimes where I drive, I go out on a back road where there's no stop signs, there's no lights, it's just two lanes, and it's empty back there. And it goes for miles. 50 to 100 miles. It just goes, So it's about the driving experience for me. And that is why I really want the E-Ray, because it's all-wheel drive as well. And obviously I drive an electric vehicle as my daily. I drive a Tesla daily. I've been driving the truck a lot too, though. But the Tesla is the daily driver, and so either you're a person that goes to the track a lot, and I've noticed there's a lot of people taking their C8s to the track. They may not go regularly, but They take it a lot. I've been watching a lot of guys now who take theirs to the track, and respect, because they're actually using the Z51 package or just using their car the way they like it. But man, a lot of us are straight line people, man. Let's be honest. We're straight line people, and we love to do a quick 0 to 60, or we love to do a quarter mile. We love to line up next to somebody sometimes and just punch it and see who's going to get it. That's really ultimately what it's about. But the E-Ray, for me, is like the next. It's inevitable. Like it's inevitable for me to move to that direction, because I don't want the Z06. The Z06 is nice. It sounds great. It's the first 5.5 liter flat pan crate V8. You know, I get it. It's nice. It's fast. But the E-Ray is faster. And I like the styling of the E-Ray because I like the styling of the C8. Like the rear end. So I get the C8 rear end ultimately with the Z06 front end. It's so crazy. You see what I mean? Like, go check it out. It's wider. And the wheels on the E-Ray are phenomenal. I mean, that black chrome and then the regular polished versions, those are just phenomenal. The ones that come stock on the E-Ray, perfect for me. I wouldn't even need to buy any wheels. If I did, I switch those black chrome ones. That's it. Beautiful. But the E-Ray is not out of reach. My initial budget for the C8, because it was supposed to be the Z06, was about $110. And when the E-Ray dropped, I heard about it. I was like, forget the Z06. I want an E-Ray. All-wheel drive, partial electric, boost me off the line, make me get out in front of everybody. They can catch me in the long run, but not in the quarter mile. You know, most cars can't catch me in the quarter mile in the E-Ray. And then I thought about it. Now, my number hasn't come up yet for the E-Ray, right? And I'm actually in no freaking hurry. I know I'll get the same driving experience, like the cockpit feel, the overall look of the car, the feel. It'll probably be about the same as my C8. Probably. You know, the basics of it. You know, it's the same two-door cockpit like a fighter jet. That's all going to be the same. The power and sound, the power is going to be different. And obviously in the E-Ray, when you're driving up to 3 to 4 miles, you get that 45 miles an hour, you get the electric motor. You can use that. But that's not what that motor is intended for. It's intended to launch that bad boy off the line quickly. But I'm just, now, after owning this C8, whoa, it's just a wonderful experience. I can't put it into words how nice it is to own that vehicle. C8 owners who have the vehicle, it doesn't matter whether you have a 1LT, 2LT, 3LT, you know what it's like to own that thing. It's just, it's for me, that's been one of the best driving experiences. As a matter of fact, I'm wearing one of my Corvette hats because I'm going out today. I don't want to wear one of my Corvette shirts, it's not a weekend. And I decided to grab one of my hats. Someone asked me where I got all my gear from. I have way more gear. I have probably about 10 Corvette shirts that I bought, C8 shirts, and I bought some vintage shirts. And I have about 3 caps. I get them all from the GM store, the General Motors store, the accessory store. You can go through the GM app and get there, or you can just go online through your rewards program or whatever. One thing I don't like about it is you can't cash in your rewards points for gear like this. You have to pay for this. It would be nice because I have a ton of money. I'm probably just going to use it for oil change and stuff like that. But yeah, I have a ton of money that I could use towards gear, and you can't. They don't let you do it. You only can get like accessories and, you know, buy things specific for the car itself. But it's cool. I don't mind kicking out. I bought a few $100 worth of gear already. And it's fine. I like it. I like to put it on when I go out and drive. Anyway, I'm going to pull the car out today because it's more of a driver's experience for me. It's not so much, the E-Ray is the fastest Corvette so far. So I got to have it. I like the styling of the E-Ray definitely a little bit better than the C8. Mainly just how wider it is, and the wheels look better. It goes up to 20 and 21s. It just looks so sleek, man, and I really like it. But The pricing is, again, is still within range. Let's just say if I were to sell my car for $78,000, let's just hypothetically, I sell it for $78,000 or $79,000. I get 10 more than what I paid before taxes. All that money just goes towards the E-Ray. Then I just cash out the difference, which would just be 20 plus thousand. That would be ideal for me, sell my car for maybe 80. And instantly I can hear you guys get in some of the experts getting in the comments. No, you won't be able to do that. No, okay, whatever you say. I believe, when I believe in something, it can come true for you. It can happen for you. It's just the way it is. Because you guys often ask, well, how did you do that? How did you do that? I'm like, I'm not in control of anything. I believe it's the grace of God. I'm blessed to be able to do these things. And so I'm not really taking credit for doing anything. But my lifestyle, I try to reflect it as the man who I really am. Like, I'm showing you just a glimpse of who I am on the camera. But there are people who know me in person. And there are people who have met me that don't personally know me, but they've met me in person. And they say, man, you are down to earth. You are just how you were on camera. Because remember, I run a tech channel, actually. And I started this car channel on the side from the tech channel. And over there, there's more than 100,000 people, 140 or something like that following me. They've been following me for years. I've been doing YouTube since 2006. So there are people, I go to a lot of tech events. And so I've met way more people on the tech side. I haven't met anybody from the car scene, like going places to car shows. So I'm not known, I guess, on this side, which is fine. I have no problem with that. But I can guarantee you that I try to be as objective and remain humble all that I can. Because I'm not doing anything special. I'm just a guy showing what I purchase on the internet to other enthusiasts and people who might try to go down this road, and setting some examples of what they could possibly expect. And so, again, you can make a plan, but it's probably not going to work out for you. You'll change your mind, or it just doesn't work. It doesn't matter how many times you fall down or something falls apart. It's about how many times you keep trying and keep getting up. That is the most important thing. So when it comes to this car stuff, these are toys, folks. People say they're toys, but they don't literally mean that. These are basically things that you just don't need. It is not a necessity. It is a privilege and an honor and be blessed to be able to buy these things. And so that is why you need to remain humble, because it'll already be taken away in just a second. Enough of the life lessons, but that's how I am really in person. I prefer to be discussing ways to build people up and help people and stuff like that. So if you are watching my channel and you're new here, don't ever think that I'm boasting or bragging, because that's totally not how I am in person at all. I'm just a real heavy tech enthusiast, and I love cars. So that being said, I'm still on the fence on whether or not I want to actually pull the trigger on the E-Ray. I like this car way too much right now, but that could all change, because again, I've always, I never buy something with a plan after I get it to just ditch it. And so, as I stated before, I started talking before the car got here, and I had a plan written down before I even ordered the car, leading up, because it was supposed to be a Z06, but nonetheless, wow, the C8 Corvette is actually more than enough vehicle. It's blazing fast. How much do you want? The way my car is set up right now is 490 horsepower and 465 torque. How much power do I freaking really need on the street? I can only go so fast in town. You know what I mean? Like, what the freak am I doing? Why do I need this? So again, it's about that driver's experience. Being a driver behind a car like this, and all the other cars I've owned some fast cars, folks. And I realized I don't really want to be the fastest. Not really. I just want to have it at my disposal if I need it, or if I wanted to have it. But more importantly, I don't have to be the fastest. I rather look pretty decent sitting still. I could have a little bit of power at my disposal and look better standing still. So the E-Ray, it is not off the table yet, but I've pushed it way out. You guys have seen me buy a lot of cars on this channel. If you've been following long enough, you see me a couple months later, you say, oh, they got another car. Or 6 months down the line, where's your other car? Oh, I sold it a year. You had that car for a year. You already got rid of it? Yeah, I had it for a year. I got rid of it. I've just learned not to be attached to material stuff. However, the Corvette is really nice, and I love the Tesla. Oh man, I think right now with the cars I currently have, I've officially sold everything else, and I'm down to 2 Teslas, the truck, and the Corvette. 23 GMs, 23, all of them are 23s, 23 Corvette, 223 Teslas, and a 23 GMC Sierra 1500. This combination for me is pretty decent. The only thing I probably will swap out in the next year or so is go to a Model Y Performance, possibly, or a Model Y Long Range. Probably would just do the Performance because the price difference is not that much. Or get the new Model 3 version. Everybody's saying codename Highland or whatever it's called. Might move to that. Not thinking about getting a Cybertruck at all. That thing is ginormous. It's longer than the 1500 Sierra sitting out. That's a long, big truck. And I have no intentions on buying something like that. But if I win one, or Tesla decides to give me one, sure, I'll take it. Park it right outside, like nothing. Roll it. But nonetheless, my current car setup is pretty solid, I would say. I've got a sports car, electric vehicle, and a truck. The Tesla has the most miles for sure. That thing has almost 3,000 miles, and I take it everywhere. I'm still not paying. I got free supercharger for the next 25,000 miles, man. It's incredible. I'm loving it. So nonetheless, the E-Ray is not off the table. And then you have cars coming like the electric Charger, the Dodge Charger, the electric Dodge Charger. You got cars coming like that are going to pique my interest. So I'm curious about these things. This is why I don't get attached to stuff. And because I believe in life, you know, either you're just existing and not adding any value to the world or to anyone else, or you're actually doing some kind of living, and you know, you're not standing still though. You're moving in one direction. So I'm trying to enjoy a little sample. It's like going to a buffet. Why cram up on one type of food when you can sample all these other things on the menu for the same price? That's the way I see it. It's your man Jay. If you guys enjoyed, it's an honor to have you guys stop by again for another vlog, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.